Here is the world news at 5. First, the top stories. Three students, six others die in fatal auto crash near Shagamu interchange. Presidency insists Magu will continue acting as EFCC chairman. Olubado denies supporting the chieftaincy reform. 30 lawyers promoted to senior advocate of Nigeria. On the foreign scene, President Trump and Putin meet face to face for the first time after his inauguration as US president. And Kenyan courts to rule on election ballot tender ahead of August 8 poll. Good evening, I am Kunle. Alaye bringing you the news in detail. Three prospective students seeking admission into the Olabisi Onabanjo University OU Agoiwoye have lost their lives in a fatal auto crash at Ibarra village near the Shagamu interchange of the Abeokuta-Shagamu Expressway. Also, six other passengers, including a 2-month-old baby alongside their mother, lost their lives in the accident. The accident involved a truck marked LND 564XP loaded with granite and a white Mazda bus marked TRE 556XA. Spokesman of the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps, Trace, Commander Babatunde Akibi, says the truck, which was traveling from Songo and heading towards Ijebu, rammed from behind and later fell on the bus, which stops to allow one of his passengers to answer nature's call along the road corridor. The Trace spokesman explained that those injured and bodies of those killed in the crash have been taken to the Olabisi Onabanjo Teaching Hospital, Shagamu. Ogun State cassava and rice farmers, processors, and marketers have called on the state government to assist them with credit facilities and farmlands to boost massive food production in the state. Farmers at the end of a 3-day workshop held at Ifo, Obafemi Wode, and Ijebu Northeast, Ijebu East, and Yewa North say poor access to market and input information affecting food production in the state. The trainer Jennifer Wade asked farmers and other stakeholders in cassava and rice production to take advantage of the many benefits of the social media platform and the West African Market Information System network to source prices of commodities, ensure food security, reduce poverty, and promote regional trade. Some of the participants at the workshop described the training as an eye-opener, which has equipped them with the needed skills in modern farming on how to search for vital information by linking up with other farmers within West Africa's sub-region and compare notes on prices of farm products with them. Presidency has reaffirmed its decision to keep Ibrahim Magu as the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the FCC. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo, who made this non-qual commission in the zonal office of the EFCC in Kaduna, described Magu as a nightmare for corrupt people. Osinbajo, represented by Governor Nazir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, says Magu remains the acting EFCC chairman as long as President Muhammadu Buhari remains in office as president. The acting president asked those thinking that corruption is fighting back to have a rethink as Magu will remain in office for the next 2 years or 6 years. Buhari had on last December 24th and January 15th presented Magu to the Senate for the job. Senate again on Tuesday resolved to suspend the confirmation of nominees sent by the executive to protest Osinbajo's support for Magu, having rejected him twice. The Legal Practitioners Privileges Committee (LLPC) has promoted 30 lawyers to the rank of Senior Advocate of Nigeria (SAI). Chief Registrar of the Supreme Court, Mrs. Adizat Mustafa, who relays names of the successful applicants in Abuja, says the 30 new SAN were selected from a total of 156 applicants. According to her, 4 of the newly appointed SAN emerged from the academia and only 1 woman makes the court. The lawyers include former Ogun State Education, Science and Technology Commissioner John Udubela and Justice Commissioner Akilolu Osinbajo, younger brother to the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and the Lagos-based lawyer Festus Keyamo, among others. The The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onoye, will swear in the new son on the 18th of September. Presidency has ordered security agencies to restore peace in Yala local government area of Cross River State. The order followed violence between the Wanaked and Wanihem communities over issues of land ownership, which had led to loss of lives and properties. Acting President Yemi Osinbajo, in a statement by his spokesman, Mr. Laolu Akode, also directed the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to liaise with the state government in providing relief materials to the affected communities. Osinbajo condemns the recent communal conflict in the area and appealed to warring communities to embrace peace to enable governments to find lasting solutions to the crisis. Persons displaced by the conflict will currently be camped at Ifiola Emokwe community in Uju local government area of Benue State. The Olubadan of Ibadan land of Basaliu Adetuji says the proposed reform of the ascension to the throne of the Olubadan of Ibadan by the Oyo State government does not enjoy his backing. The review of the state's chieftaincy law is calculated to create mushroom royalties and cheap crowns in Ibadan land. Olubadan, while reacting to a statement by the Otun Olubadan, Chief Lekan Balogun, that the monarch was not forced to accept the chieftaincy review, says Balogun's position contradicts his position at the meeting held with Governor Abiola Ajimobi and other Ibadan high chiefs over the matter. According to monarchs supporting such reform that produced him and his predecessors as Olubadan without a rancor will amount to an act of ingratitude to God and the people of Ibadan land. The Olubadan says the reform is capable of exposing the town to current succession dispute facing some neighboring towns and communities with vacant stools. Graduates of the National Open University of Nigeria are now eligible for mobilization by the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC). Also, law graduating students of the institution are now qualified to attend the Nigerian Law School. Senate in its plenary passed an amendment to the law establishing the institution after it has adopted a report by the Senate Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TED Fund on the bill titled Bill for an Act to Amend the National Open University. Submitting the report, the committee explained that the amendments to the Act was to bring the institution at par with the regular universities in the country. You are still listening to the World News at 5 on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business, and the sport news. Please do stay with us. Trump and Vladimir Putin have met for the first time after its inaugurations, shaking hands as the G20 summit in Hamburg. The US and Russian leaders say they want to repair ties damaged by crisis, including Russia's alleged meddling in the US election. Climate change and trade are set to dominate the two-day summit, with mass protests in the street outside. US First Lady Melania Trump has been unable to leave her hotel in the German city because of the protest. Police are trying to keep demonstrators who are protesting against the process of Mr. Trump and Mr. Putin. Climate change and global wealth inequalities well away from the summit venue and have deployed water cannon. Clashes between police and demonstrators, some of whom threw missiles, have left dozens of police officers and protesters injured. A Kenyan court is due to make a landmark ruling on a case challenging the award of ballot paper printing tender to a Dubai-based printing company, Al Ghurair. The High Court's ruling today will determine whether preparations for the elections due in 31 days will stay on course or be thrown off track. The opposition coalition's National Super Alliance (NASA) had gone to the courts to seek the cancellation of the tender, arguing that it was awarded irregularly and that the company's owners were too close to President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is seeking pre-election. Should the petition succeed and the contract awarded to Al Ghurair revoked, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) will have to identify a new supplier, a process it has warned could stretch beyond the set August 8 hold date. However, should the decision go its way, it would be on course to deliver all the ballot papers a week before the election. Up next in the World News, business news. Nestle Nigeria Limited has assured its shareholders of an increase in the share dividend for the year 2017. The Managing Director of Nestle Nigeria plc, Mr. Masu Alakan, disclosed this while speaking on Rock City FM Current Affairs program, Feeds the Nation. Mr. Alakan says an assessment of the first quarter performance of the company in 2017 shows that the two main causes of the fall in share dividends in 2016 identify as revaluation of the dollar and debt incurred on some investment have disappeared. The company's share dividend dropped from 29 naira to 10 naira in the year 2016. However, Mr. Alakon insisted that the company maintained its net profit operational margins and pioneer tax status. Interview with Monsieur Alakan, Managing Director, Nestle Nigeria plc, will be on from 2:10 to 3 p.m. on Sunday, July 9th, 2017. Finally in the news, sport news. Wolves have announced that Nigeria goalkeeper Kunle will undergo a course of chemotherapy after being diagnosed with acute leukemia. Leukemia has made over 200 appearances for the championship club since breaking through from the youth ranks in 2003. The 31-year-old has been first choice at club for the past 5 seasons and made 31 appearances last season as Wolves finished 15th, but his pre-season preparations were dealt a blow when he returned some abnormal blood tests. Further medical investigation revealed he was suffering from leukemia and would begin his battle to beat the cancer with an immediate course of chemotherapy. That was the World News at 5. Thank you for joining us. And just before we go, the major stories once again. Students, 6 others died in fatal auto crash near Shagamu interchange. Presidency insists Mago will continue acting as EFCC chairman. Olubadan denies supporting the chieftaincy reform. 30 lawyers promoted to senior advocate of Nigeria. On the first, reported that President Trump and Putin meet face-to-face for the first time after his inauguration as US president. Kenya courts to rule on election ballot tender ahead of August 8 poll. For more stories and to listen to us live, you can log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you very much for listening. I am Kunle. Alaye. Good evening.